country.
Okay, thank you. That sounds amazing.
We can't do it without you.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I hope. Yeah, let's see, let's see. Hopefully, it works out. So, Rick, before we move any further into our conversation, so you mentioned you're. I think we talked about it last time. You're from New York, right? Yes.
I'm from upstate New York, and I'm in New York City now.
That's amazing, man. I've been to New York before, and it was for, I think, just for a week. So I had a limited time, and I remember the short period of time that I was there. One of the things that I had to do, had no other choice, I had to go to a jazz club, and it was the best jazz club experience that I ever had. I went to other places around the world, but the New York one was the best one.
New York is known for, I mean, that's why we're here, because it's a kind of a rite of passage. It's a place where you get the special energy for jazz, and it has a very powerful history for jazz. I mean, jazz originated in New Orleans, but eventually it really developed in New York City. So you did a very smart thing by going to see jazz that night. Do you remember the name of the club?
Yes, I do. I look it up because I wanted to talk with you. It's called Blue Note.
Oh, Blue Note. You know, I used to play in the house band at the Blue Note Jazz Club.
No way.
Yes, I used to play in the house band. So basically, you know, when I first came to New York, they had a jam session every night at the Blue Note. So I don't know if they still do, but they, at that time, every night, it started at like 12:30 at night or 1 o'clock in the morning, and it went till at least 4 a.m. But sometimes 4:30 or 5. Yeah, you know, 9 to 5 as a jazz musician, that means 9 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Oh my God.
Because jazz is a late night type of thing. You know, the jam sessions go very late at night. People stay up. It's a city that never sleeps. And I used to go in there early because I wanted to see all the big names, you know, because I had, you know, all these big names were there. And I remember like Ray Charles would be there, and I would show up early. And, you know, I would tell the guy, hey, you know, I think I forgot a drumstick or a piano key or something, and they'd let me in. After a while, the guy just said, you know, go in here. We just go in and don't even give me your excuse. Just come in and watch the show. So I could see all these great, you know, musicians for free. And of course, afterwards, like I said, I was in the house band for the jam session, and all kinds of, you know, wild, great musicians used to walk in and out of there and jam with us.
That's amazing. It's like you witness history in the making, I would say. It's like, that sounds so iconic.
When my first CD came out, I was in the house band at the Blue Note. So I asked the management, I said, hey, my CD is coming out. Can you guys do something? And they said, yeah. And they had me be the headliner for the Panasonic Jazz Festival. They had the Panasonic Jazz Festival. That company they were doing something in New York. And I guess it was showcasing a few different places. The Blue Note was one of them. And there's a poster right here still to this day in this apartment of, you know, when I was the poster, you know, Blue Note presents Panasonic Jazz Festival. And it was it was probably my first major gig as a leader, you know, with my own CD for that first recording. So they gave me kind of a little bit of a launch with that. It was really great.
That's wonderful. So let's assume that you're a young boy. You just discovered jazz, and you said, I want to dedicate my life to that. What would be the step-by-step or approach that someone would take in order to achieve success as a jazz player?
You know, if you don't mind a little comedy, what most people might say is don't do it, first of all.
Okay, why is that?
That's the first thing they'll tell you. Then they might tell you a couple of jokes. Like, first of all, like I love to tell people, how do you end up with $1 million playing jazz?